Austin Dillon finally wins legitimately at Richmond Raceway. Goodyear delivers a really good race with a lot of tire wear. Is that something we can bottle up and bring to other racetracks? And the All-Star race is going where? Dover?
Yeah, I thought this was a fake article when I first saw it.
Fake news. Dover. Yeah, we'll get to that. That's not what
I have opinions on that. I have strong opinions on that, actually.
There's one way you can get me on board with that, and I'll save that for later. So welcome back to the A Racing Podcast. Zach and Alex are here again. Alex has glasses.
I sent you a picture of me wearing glasses at work, and you're like, you need to wear these on the podcast next time. So here I am.
You look so smart.
Is that what they're supposed to do for you? Your glasses?
No, there's no saving me. I can look smart. I don't mean I got to be smart. Listen, I'm an expert of NASCAR at Richmond. It's my home track. I've been there many, many times, not including this past weekend. I did not go. I lied to y'all last week. I said, "Oh, I'm going to be
not the first time he's lied to y'all about going to a race. It won't be the last,
and it won't be." That's so true. I don't know if I'm going to get into why I didn't go. I just didn't feel... Literally, I just didn't feel like it. Is that fair?
Guys, this man was texting me back and forth for like 2 days straight. Should I go? What if I did this? Pros and cons. And he sends me like 80 cons and like 2 pros. I'm like, well, it doesn't sound like you want to go, Zach. And he's well,
what if I don't?
What if Kyle Larson wins? And I'm like, okay, what if he does? How would you feel? Well, I've seen him win before. I'm like, okay.
Stop, you're cooking me. You are just cooking me right now. That's crazy. Because I don't know, I've been to Richmond so many times, and it only has one date now, so I guess I am getting into it. But it only has one date now, so that really made me go like, man, I really should go. Crowd being almost sold out. That honestly was the reason I did want to go, because like, girl, I'm not sitting in that traffic. Are you kidding me?
He hates traffic.
I just went back to work for my normal job, like the off season for that's over, so it's just like, I'm tired. I just want to like sit at home, watch the race. It's a strategy race anyways, and it ended up being a strategy race. That's normally better to watch on TV, although there was a lot of passing going on. So I probably would have had a great time watching that at the track. We'll get into it. Like there's moments like the wrecks and stuff that would have been really cool to see in person, but I don't know. There's always next year. I can always go. I've been there so many times. I'm kind of more interested, Alex, in just doing new things, like going to new tracks. Like
and we have some plan next year that we want to do.
I'm going to the Bowman Great Flash next year.
I'm still trying to get Zach to come to Kansas. One day it'll happen. One day.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to Atlanta next year. Like I kind of just want to do new things right now. I can always go to Richmond. It's an hour away. So but let's actually talk about the race and not why I didn't go to it. But I didn't go to it, but man, again, I would have really enjoyed myself. I think this is not only the best short track race of the year, but honestly, just one of the best oval races of the year. Just in terms of like, I don't know. I mean, we just had something so different. I feel like the talking points were not the same as they were in Iowa, for example. We're not talking about track position as much. We're not talking
about fake fuel mileage like we talked about with Iowa. Like this was genuine tire wear, and it felt like classic Richmond too. Like not even just because, I mean, it was because of tire wear, but just felt like we actually had classic Richmond back. You had like a big crash happen. You had short track racing in a way, like the most short track racing you can get with this car. Like this was like the first like true short track race of the next gen era. You know what I mean?
We've seen some big wrecks at Richmond over the years. I remember like the late 2010s had a bunch of not 2010s, late 2000s had a bunch of big wrecks at Richmond. Seeing that big wreck, and we'll get to that in a minute, but like that really reminded me of like, oh my gosh, Richmond is back.
And it's what seemed to be because Kyle Busch just lost his mind and he got mad that he was running like 30th. I think, and that's just a classic short track kind of thing, right?
It was everyone fighting for like.
Well, yeah, it was a big stack up.
But that's a short track thing. I mean, that happens. Well, I mean, I've seen some car store races where they're stacking up after restarts. I mean, it just happens on short tracks. So really one of the best Richmond races that we've had in a while. And I think Richmond's kind of been trending up last few years. It's been known like low key, and we'll get into this later as well, but strategy races do really well. with the next gen car, since, you know, doing just straight up racing is not really its strong suit. Letting these crew chiefs cook, giving the drivers a task of saving their tires. That was just, it's something a lot of other tracks have not been able to produce. And it really, it made a huge difference. Like that was, again, one of my favorite oval races of the year.
Same. And we have a Patreon comment from Dirt, actually, that said, this race was insanely fascinating and a firm contender for race of the year with the Coke 600. People should get more excited for the Phoenix Championship race because they might be using this tire there. I couldn't confirm this. I couldn't find like a solid thing that said that, but I have heard that possibility out there.
I can see them using like a softer, I think they're going to use, well, yeah, because that option tire that they used and the spring race, I think, was the same one they used at Martinsville, which is the same one they used at Richmond. So
yeah,
I think that's true.
That goes into Dirt's question for us. Do you guys think the tire is going to be the key to getting better racing going forward? Personally, I feel like tire performance is track dependent, that I don't think it'll fix every track. And like you said, Zach, this is the same tire they used at Martinsville, and that was a stinker. That was a terrible race.
No. Which race? The spring?
Martinsville.
Yeah, the spring race sucked, but remember the fall race last year? That was good.
It was better, yeah.
It was, I mean, like, I just remember that last run with like Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, and Larson just wore his tires out and got passed. And then same thing happened to Elliott, and he got passed by Blaney. Like, I think, I don't know what the difference between that and the spring race was, but I think, well, that actually kind of gets to my point, though, in terms of like, can we bottle this up and bring it to other tracks? Well, they've already tried. I mean, they're bringing softer tires to not only the short tracks, but road courses, right? Watkins Glen, did the softer tire do anything much for Watkins Glen? And I know it's a completely different track, but they're bringing softer tires to a lot of tracks, and it's just not really doing much to these tracks that have like newer surfaces, right?
Yeah.
Because Goodyear can't go that much softer. Like, according to Jeff Gluck, Goodyear has said that there's not much they can really do in terms of making the tire softer without it falling apart. Yeah. So yes, it's going to work at Richmond because Richmond has an old surface, but that's like the end of the spectrum. With all these other tracks that have had repavement jobs in the past decade, it's not going to be that kind of level. So it's going to be really hard to bring this to other tracks. And I don't know, Alex, in general, like, and I've said this before, other people have said this, I don't want Goodyear to be responsible for fixing the racing, because I feel like the ceiling for that is only going to be so high, right?
Yeah.
Like, what happens when teams adapt and adjust their setups, and then tire wear becomes,
like, if they figure out the tire, it ain't going to take long for the teams to adapt, find the right tire pressures, that
drivers will
advantage out of it.
Yeah, drivers
going to adapt
tires. Like that, it's just, I feel like that would level out a lot. Not saying that we shouldn't have tire wear in general. I mean, there is to a point where it's like there's tire wear. It's going to be really hard for everyone to be able to do the exact same thing. But there's only going to be the ceiling feels really short if that's our strategy to improve racing with this car. That's just my opinion. That's my prediction as someone that's watched the sport for the past, I don't know, almost 2 decades. Like, I mean, it's not hurting, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't keep trying softer tires. It's certainly not hurting anything, right? Yeah. Definitely bring it to Phoenix. You got to bring this tire to Phoenix.
And I hope they do.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. Go as soft as you can, but we can't. Goodyear's not going to fix our problems. This should not be an excuse to not find a way to make the next gen car better.
Yeah, and this race, I did not expect it to be good, let alone great. This is, like Dirt said, I think this is one of the best races of the year. And I mean, let's keep trying it. And we're going to have duds, you're going to have hits, and we can't just rely on Goodyear. The car needs improvements as well. But while hopefully NASCAR is working on improvements for the car, hopefully, we'll see.
Whatever. Sure.
It's nice that Goodyear has found something for Richmond. And I hope they, continue to adapt with this and everything, and don't just use the same thing again, because the teams are taking a bunch of notes. And if they bring the same tire again next year, they're going to just find different ways with it.
I don't know how much that can actually happen, because anytime there's tire wear, I feel like there's always going to be a variation to what the drivers do with it, because it's a mechanical thing in the car. Like, what the drivers are doing in the car to save their tires. I feel like that's always going to be a variable that you can't really. But I don't know. Again, the ceiling's just only so high for that kind of racing. So.
Another comment about the tire wear and everything is from Finley. Patreon member Finley says, it is very funny that NASCAR has tried to base itself around caution, stage breaks, and overtimes, etc. And they built a car that's only good after a green flag pit cycle. Zach, we've talked about this quite a bit. It is quite humorous.
I've been saying that since Darlington. Remember how Darlington was only a good race until the last stage when the green flag stop started? And then Blaney had a huge tire advantage. It was able to make a show out of the final few laps. This car is built for 400-mile races with no stage breaks. I'm serious. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see stage breaks. They're not helping. Sure, restarts are exciting sometimes, in their own way, but it's 3 laps of excitement and then nothing happens for the rest of the run. Basically, until we get pit stops, and then interesting things happen, and then we get a stage break, and everything starts over. It's just, it's so true. That last 60 laps, that last stage at Richmond it was so cool. And you had the 77 team trying a 3-stop strategy, which was blowing my mind. Yeah, for a team to even try that.
And by the way, the 60 car did that early in the race, and I don't think that obviously was the wrong call. They fell off a cliff.
Too risky, too much.
RFK kind of threw this race because the 60 was leading, the 6 was toward the front, and then they just kind of vanished the second half of the race. And the 60, you and I were texting the 60 is going to save this extra set of tires they're going to have for the end of the race. That's going to be really smart. But they ended up putting it on, that extra set, right away.
Yeah, that was really kind of weird. A misplay. That was a misplay. They were almost trying to get their track position back too aggressively, I guess, where, I don't know, I'm not a crew chief. Maybe obviously saving it for a late restart wouldn't have helped because one never came. So that is something kind of interesting.
I'm looking for where Hocevar finished.
He kept having bad
15th.
Stops. His strategy, I think that strategy could have worked better if they didn't keep making mistakes on the stops. And that's kind of another little layer on why, more pit stops, more opportunities to make mistakes. But it was still cool. Again, Richmond has been one of these few tracks where it's kind of like a little F1 race. It's got a bunch of mini little F1 races in the race with those stages. Seeing a 2 versus 3 stop strategy, because it used to be a 1 versus 2 stop at Richmond. Now it's 2 versus 3 stop. So that was really fascinating to me to see as an oval racing fan. But yeah, I think people need to realize more that oval racing, especially for this current car, long green flag runs are what we want. I loved hearing again the narrative was so different after Saturday night. They're talking about lap times. Alex, they were talking about lap time. They don't want.
Like I said, this is old Richmond again.
What's old NASCAR?
It was old NASCAR.
That's it's not even a Richmond thing. It's we're talking about lap times. Oh, Carson Hocevar needs to pick up 0.2 of a second on this lap. Let's watch how he's driving to do that. That's what racing is, y'all. It's not this restart stuff. It's not this track position. Well, it is, but you know what I mean. It's not
it's not heavily
fuel mileage racing. It's not saving all this fuel, backing up everyone behind you. That's what racing is. NASCAR oval racing. Right. Come on, man.
Well, Austin Dillon ended up winning the race. You led the show with that. He won fair and square this time. 2 years in a row at Richmond, but this time he did it without wrecking anyone. His battle with Ryan Blaney side by side for quite a while, that was really intense, really fun to watch.
Really good.
That was 20 laps of that? It was quite a long time.
We're watching an actual battle. It's not someone behind him that's stuck. That's a short track battle where it's hard to pass, where you're on the inside and it's hard to clear them, but you're still.
And how do you navigate lap traffic?
Yes.
You saw these guys trying to use other cars as a pick, trying to hold them up behind someone else. That was classic.
You saw guys like Cody Ware.
It wasn't all about aero. It was just all about being in the right lane at the right time when you approach these lap cars. And when they got to Cody Ware was on the fresher tires and caught up with them. And it also came down to he had fresher tires. Where is he going to go?
That was so interesting, right?
It was very interesting.
Oval racing cooks, but we just haven't seen actual quality oval racing in so long.
Yep.
That's why oval racing is so good, man. It's kind of like IMSA in a way. It's like IMSA, but on like a very smaller scale with all the tires, right? Like it's just so cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I thought, like, what was the last time you've seen that? When you've seen like the lapped car with fresher tires go by the leaders, because he's on a little bit of a different strategy.
Yeah,
like that's why that race is just so magical to me.
It was
such a good vibe. And yeah, so anyways, Austin Dillon, that battle with Blaney was great. And in general, I don't know if anyone expected this 3-car to come back, and
I didn't.
Yeah,
in the NBC pre-show, they were acting like, well, we can't rule it out because we looked like idiots last year. We didn't even mention him. And both the 8 and the 3 were really fast in all the practices. And I was like, okay, I mean, they have speed again, but like, can they do it in the race again? And they did.
They paid attention to him all night. Steve Letarte was like our Austin Dillon in race reporter, like always keeping tabs on the 3, always reminding us about that 3-car.
Well, Steve was like, I ain't gonna let this one go.
Steve's smart. This time. He's the smartest man in NASCAR. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And they were the fastest car. I mean, you never know with like Hamlin and the 2311 cars who had issues if they maybe could have beaten the 3. You never know, but.
So if you're not aware, last year, Dillon, of course, was going to win before all the controversy. But a week after Richmond last year, a engineer, I believe, was fired from Joe Gibbs Racing. And then there was a report that came out that someone from another team was giving info to another team. And then miraculously, about a couple months later, maybe the start of this season, the same engineer who was fired from Joe Gibbs Racing was hired at Richard Childress Racing.
So connect the dots.
A little bit. Get through the maze on your little crossword.
And Joe Gibbs Racing has been... I've seen Joe Gibbs Racing win at Richmond in person, I think at least 7 times. Like a bunch of 3 Truex wins, 2 Kyle Busch wins, 2 Hamlin wins. That's at least 7.
So
a lot.
I'm not saying that's what the speed is, but I'm saying that's what the 3 speed is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they were stupid. I mean, they are. Well, Blaney, who, by the way, is the best guy in the sport on long runs and tire. I'll say long runs, maybe not tire saving, but long runs, right? At any track, right? The fact that 3 team completely showed up that 12 car, blew the doors off him, even with a tire disadvantage on that last run, tells me all I need to know about how good that 3 car was.
And mind you, I don't know if they put the same setup, and the TV actually did say it was the same setup on the 3. I don't know what they did to the 8 car, but the 8 car was running 30th for a while.
I think the difference, there's this part in the car, it's in between the steering wheel and the pedals. I think that part was different. Okay. Yeah. Do you know which part I'm talking about? It's got 2 arms, 2 legs. He's got a receding hairline. His name's Kyle Busch, that part.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
I think that was the key difference.
So what I was going to say was, if this is a Joe Gibbs setup, Kyle Busch is from Joe Gibbs Racing. Why didn't it work for him if my assumption is, put that on his car as well?
That's what I'm wondering too, though.
And what you just said, maybe that is the problem.
There's one difference I can point out to you. I'm just saying.
And gosh, I was texting our friend Brooke during the race, and I was like, I was kind of hoping that Kyle Busch would compete. It would have been nice to see him compete for a win. And then I said, imagine saying this like 4 years ago.
I have no remorse. I remember 2000.
Sad. Very, very sad for Kyle Busch. But
I wish I could tell you why. That is kind of weird, though. You're right.
Austin Dillon gets the 3 car back in victory lane. I saw the stat the NASCAR Social put out. This is the most laps the 3 cars led in a race since the 1998 Daytona 500, in which in both races the 3 car led 107 laps.
That's kind of crazy.
I thought that was kind of neat.
What's interesting in terms of Austin Dillon, is this his first like legitimate win of his career? I hate to say that because I'm not even the biggest hater of his Daytona 500 win, to be honest with you. But man, this is like
when you put it all together. I mean, the 600 was fuel mileage.
Okay.
Then he wrecked Eric Almirola.
Yes.
You couldn't pass anyone at Texas.
They did a 2-tire strategy at Texas that one.
And then it rained at Daytona, and they left the cars on track, and everyone crashed but him. Yep. And then he crashed Logano and Hamlin at Richmond last year.
And
he was going to win that.
And that's why I'm kind of glad he won this race again. It's literally because Richmond last year is one of the more uglier moments in NASCAR history, only maybe challenged by like what happened at Martinsville last fall with the team orders. Mm-hmm. In modern times, I guess the ugliest moments in modern times. It's really cool to see Austin Dillon win this because not only is it like almost a band-aid over that for the sport, but for himself, I guess. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not really an Austin Dillon fan, even though some of my tweets are a little weird, but about him. We're not going to talk about this.
Would you like to?
No, I'm good. But I'm for real though. Like, it's really nice to see this because he was supposed to win that race last year.
Yeah.
Oh, but he didn't have a good restart. But
really, really impressive that he's able to do this 2 years in a row. Like, yeah, it's Austin Dillon.
Blue.
This guy usually runs 25th, and he's won back-to-back years at the same track.
Yeah. He is awful, and they are an awful team anywhere else except here. That's so weird, and it's so cool.
Like, it's weird. I think it's kind of funny, but I also respect it. Like, oh, you just won this race outright 2 years in a row with an asterisk last year. And, I mean, yes, I think 2311 were a bit better than the 3-car this year with Bubba Wallace. He lost a wheel. They didn't get it tightened. And then he had, coincidentally, the 19 had the tighten the wheel again. That's twice that's happened this year, which is weird.
Really weird.
And then Tyler Reddick got crashed, essentially. Suarez got into Ty Gibbs, who got into Reddick. That ended Reddick's day pretty much. And those two are probably the best 2 cars of the night. And I mentioned Ryan Preece earlier, who I think was also a bit better. Just fumbled on strategy. Hamlin hit the wall at a point. Like, there were a lot of factors.
Yeah.
My point is Austin Dillon not only had a really good car again, but also didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
And that for that team specifically, that's really impressive.
They never perform. They never have to perform at that kind of level, if that makes sense. They never have that kind of pressure on them. And this isn't to talk about like why.
Well, and I think they have additional pressure after last year, I would say.
Yeah, even more pressure, I guess.
Because they're very scrutinized.
Yeah.
I mean,
a very scrutinized team. I mean, they're kind of not even the villain, but they're like just, we like to bully them. We like to bully Richard Childress Racing. We like to make fun of them.
Yeah.
Well,
and with Richard Childress saying that they're a blue collar team and stuff like that when Austin Hill got suspended. Like, it's a goofy team. They are very silly.
They're a character. You know what I mean? They are a character. Yeah. That's why I like making fun of them.
Yeah. But all in all, pretty cool. Like, I don't necessarily like Austin Dillon, but I can still recognize that this is
I respect this win. I really do respect this win, honestly.
We'll talk about the playoffs in a bit, but this win does, of course, put him into the playoffs, and now RFK has none of their cars in that. But do you want to talk about the playoffs now, since I brought it up, actually?
Can I say one thing quick about the Suarez incident? Or is that what we're talking about next? Wait, I don't want to mess up our order. Sure.
Well, bring it up.
Let's bring it up. I thought that wreck was really interesting because we've seen these next-gen cars take really hard hits in the middle of corners and they don't move. The incident with Suarez, it kind of looked like Suarez had fresher tires. He was coming up on Ty Gibbs. He did not expect the 54 to be that slow in the middle of the corner. He hit the 54 up into the 45. I found that wreck really just interesting because it was just, again, this wouldn't have happened without the tire situation.
Yeah.
And as well, I think people put a lot of heat on Suarez. Suarez has kind of had these kind of careless incidents before, but again, I kind of understand it. It's just one of those short track things when you come up on someone fast.
It's just a short track thing. I don't mind.
I thought Reddick giving his displeasure though was very valid.
Yeah, he's allowed to do that.
He's very. I mean, we'll get to it. This might take him out of the playoffs. Those points he lost tonight.
It could. Well, let's pull up the playoff grid.
Yeah, let's talk about it because honestly, I hate to say it's interesting because it's really pretty just standard. Like we're going to Daytona, and there's not really a points battle going on. I guess you could say there is with Bowman and Reddick.
So to make it as simple as possible, Austin Dillon is now the 14th driver in on a win. There are 2 spots left on points, and barring any winner who's not named Tyler Reddick or Alex Bowman, Reddick and Bowman will be in the playoffs on points. No one can leapfrog them. So even Chris Buescher would have to win to make it in. Zach,
I'm looking at this. Did they give William Byron his regular season points? That's what this looks like.
At the graphic we use from TobyChristie.com, I don't know.
Because look how many points William Byron has.
He does.
No way he's won that many stages. So they must have... Is this factoring in regular season points? There's no way.
Maybe they have, because Byron did clinch the regular season championship. He gets 15 more points. I don't know, man. We'll find out for sure after Daytona. But anyway, Reddick is plus 89, Bowman plus 60. They will make it.
That is what they did. That is what they did.
There's no winner. Okay.
I don't like that, but I like the graphic though. So sorry.
Chris Buescher and Ryan Preece are the first 2 out. A lot of people doing this thing again, where it's like Austin Dillon's wasting a spot, SVG's wasting a spot, Buescher should be in, blah blah blah. I don't care. I don't like the format either, you guys, but they weren't going to win the championship either. It's fine. I think it's fine.
This year, I'm a little bit more on that train, though, only because Reddick and Bowman, well, they're still in at the moment, but like Reddick and Bowman are top 10 in points. And that's why, like, I remember when I made my little like bonus video and like, if I could reinvent the playoffs, I would have the top 10 get in no matter what. And then anyone else who has a win, they get in no matter what. So we can have as many.
And I'd like that. Yeah.
And it's because of stuff like this. Because, yeah, Chris Buescher, 11th in points not being in, that don't break my heart. No. But, like, man, if you're top 10 in points, I'm like, man, come on.
We're going to Daytona, right? And we just had another surprise winner, if you want to call it that, at Richmond with Austin Dillon.
I was surprised. So, yeah, we'll call it that.
Yeah. But, like, all 3 RFK cars are currently out. And they are really, really good on these super speedways.
They've been having a good summer.
Like, Keselowski's going to win on a super speedway at some point. Chris Buescher's won at Daytona fairly recently. Ryan Preece has flipped a bunch of times at Daytona.
Ryan Preece has wins it. He's made headlines at Daytona, so surely one of those will be a win at some point.
Kyle Busch was leading at the back on the backstretch last year on the final lap.
I mean, Alex, you could put me in a car and I could win at Daytona. So, like, I mean, any of these guys could win.
I mean, let me just go down the list. Michael McDowell's won the Daytona 500.
Justin Haley has won at Daytona.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has won several super speedway races. I mean, Justin Haley's good on super speedways. Hell, Cody Ware could win. And wouldn't that piss people off?
I would laugh very hard.
That'd be hilarious.
That just makes it easier for SVG to get through the first round.
It would. And speak of SVG, Austin Dillon winning, that makes that first round just a little easier.
I hope SVG wins next weekend so I can say he's won on an oval. Shut y'all up really quick. Oh, my God.
That'd be more playoff points for him to make it through the rounds.
Yeah. Can we talk about the situation going into Daytona? Because obviously, legit, anyone can win at Daytona. And I think anyone will win at Daytona, especially like think about all the... I don't know if anyone's going to hang out in the back if they're like fighting for regular season points or whatnot, but that
could
could open
Reddick,
the door.
do you do that?
So that's what I wanted to ask you and bring that up to everybody. Like, if you're Bowman, I think if you're Bowman, you kind of listen. I've been watching this playoff format long enough. You have to play it like that. Someone's going to win. I know that 23 team. They are so glad they won the Brickyard 400 right now.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
Especially after losing a tire and being one of the best cars. Yeah.
You have to assume that cut line's moving up one spot at Daytona. You just have to assume. So I think Bowman. They need to get they can maybe beat Reddick on points, but they kind of just have to go out there and be very aggressive and lead laps and win stages, win the race. That's got to be your strategy, honestly. That will keep someone else from winning too.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think the strategy for Reddick needs to be try and not get wrecked, because if you get wrecked and Bowman gets all the stage points, then Bowman can bump you out if there's a winner.
So yeah, Reddick I think is points racing because he can kind of afford to, right? Now, what does that points racing look like? Well, listen,
I guess
Reddick, he can technically clinch his spot in the stages if Bowman doesn't get stage points.
True. That's true.
I think that's something that 45 team really needs to play.
I didn't think about that.
Because you don't know what's going to happen in stage 3. You need to get whatever kind of insurance you can get in stage 1 and 2. Right?
And I bet you all the Hendrick cars will be lined up behind the 48.
Well, that's what I want to see happen too. What is the situation going to look like with 10 to go? And what kind of, not even like just manufacturer orders are we going to see that we've seen at super speedways the last few times? That's what I'm very interested to see. But it also might not matter, because what if those RFK cars are just lined up on the top lane? Yeah.
Well, then all the Toyotas might be lined up behind the 45 too. That's Toyota also has the 54. They have the 35. I know I forget about that car every week, but the 35 is an option. Like Toyota has a couple cars they could try throwing in here.
Yeah, Bowman too, protecting Bowman. It's going to be, I think the fact that it's Reddick and Bowman, two very, I guess, high-profile teams, right?
Like top Toyota 10 caliber drivers. They're in the top 10.
Literally top 10 in points. I mean, they are literally top 10 in points.
Yeah.
That makes this really compelling to me, in a way. Like, is it kind of stupid? Sure. But it's the playoffs. Like, we're at Disney World. I've said that quote many times this year.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, we will see what happens at Daytona, but let's get back to Richmond because we have a couple highlights I want to talk about. We touched on Bubba Wallace. He led 123 laps. He had led 136 going into Richmond. I think that was probably his best race of his career. I think just pure racing. He was dominating this race. I don't know if he was dominant. Maybe that's a strong word, but he was leading quite a lot. And I don't recall seeing Bubba Wallace lead like that before. Do you?
That's true. I guess so. I just find the Brickyard still very impressive. He was able to close that out.
But he wasn't leading that whole race is what I'm saying. It was a very worthy win and he won it. But I'm just saying in terms of like
he wasn't in control
the
entire time. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. But
I think very impressive for Bubba, especially as we head into the playoffs. I think that was a strong statement from him. And
Kyle Busch crashed. What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Kyle Busch, we talked about this a little bit earlier.
The Kyle Busch subplot.
It's like one of those memes that's like, Austin Dillon's just having a chill day. He's all happy, and then Kyle Busch is like falling down a cliff. He's exploding like Squidward does in SpongeBob, but it's just a comically large explosion.
It's an every week thing. I feel like low key, he's wrecked so much in the next gen era.
Gosh, it's hard to watch. It really is.
Not my goat. Y'all's goat is washed, man. I'm telling you.
Hold on. Just a week ago, you were like, I could see Kyle Busch winning. And you're like, ooh. Just a week ago.
I said I could. I didn't say he would. Because I know he's washed. He could if he would get over whatever funk he's going through. This car doesn't suit him. He's not going to win this car again. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And that's why he keeps wrecking. He just can't he can't feel the edge of it.
One other highlight is Ryan Blaney. He earned his first top 5 at Richmond, which if you're a longtime Blaney enjoyer, Richmond was like
I know that
track. He was running like 25th at Richmond the first couple of years of his career.
No, girl, I remember watching that yellow Menards car running a clean P17 around Richmond. I remember. It was bad.
Yeah. Blaney, that was the last track on this Cup schedule that he did not have a top 5 at. He now has a top 5 on every track on the
Y'all
Cup
keep
calendar.
track of everything.
The TV said it. It was not me.
Oh, okay. I thought about making a spreadsheet of tracks where Larson hasn't won yet. That'd be fun for me.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Our Patreon member John says, hats off to Blaney for finally getting a top 5 at Richmond. With his improved performances at road courses this year, even though some finishes don't reflect that, he could easily be a regular season championship threat. He just needs some luck when it comes to DNS. And I do agree with John here. He just has a lot of bad luck. So he's going to have a few less regular season playoff points. But if he can have a year where he has just good luck, like he could really contend for that.
He's still 5th in points, and he's got like
he's had so many DNFs.
He's like 15 points behind second. Like there's a legit chance he gets second, and there's a really tight battle for second in the regular season. Wow, that's gonna be fun. I hope NBC actually follows it. I don't know if they will, because
since Byron's clinched it,
that's the thing. That's why anytime y'all talk about the top 10 in regular season, well, TV never shows it. So why am I supposed to care? They should. They really should. Thanks. That'd be great. No, let's watch SVG at 4th on the playoff grid. That tells me a lot.
I did appreciate SVG. TV was really highlighting that SVG was having one of his best oval races to date. I believe he matched his best oval finish, which was the Coke 600. He finished 17th, I believe. So
both very similar races, long races. That's
something. If he finishes that at Gateway, New Hampshire, I mean, Bristol will be different and more
Bristol's
difficult.
Whatever.
But if he can finish 17th ish at New Hampshire and Gateway in that first round, I think he's good.
I'm telling y'all, SVG is going to the next round.
I think he is too.
I'll cry if you don't.
So let's move into the T. This is a little silly. O'Reilly Auto Parts is set to replace Xfinity as the title sponsor for a NASCAR secondary series.
So it's called the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts series?
Yes, that is the official name.
Girl, I'm not saying that.
I ain't saying that either.
Listen.
This is the first time, Zach, where they've changed the name. And I've been watching since I was a kid, and it was the Busch series. I didn't mind changing it. I was like, Nationwide, okay.
Yeah.
Xfinity, okay.
I remember. Yeah. This is different.
O'Reilly Auto Parts series and NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts series. That is a mouthful. No, thank you.
Because I agree. When it went to Nationwide and Xfinity, I didn't really care, but this is different. And I think it's different on many levels.
Is it because we're getting old? Are we just angry old people?
Is it because we're old? Because honestly, I get why my dad used to keep calling it the Busch series, those Busch cars.
My grandpa did the same thing. Yep.
Dale Jr. did it for years. Like, hey, I'm getting the Busch car or the Nationwide car. Like, I really get it. Because I low-key always found it weird how we call it the sponsor cars. Like, I kind of wish Grand National should come back, and maybe that's something that we should all bring up. Should we call it the Grand National Series again?
Well, what if they just said the NASCAR Grand National Series presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts? It's a mouthful still, but it makes more sense.
They would hate that, but like I wish that's what it was, honestly. Also, another thing, the Busch series, Busch, you dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah. Craftsman came back. Why didn't
that's
Busch?
Great.
That would have been such a home run with fans.
Oh my God.
They're literally here. They're a premier sponsor in Cup.
That's what I'm saying. For some reason, an auto parts store sponsoring the race series, you think that would be making a lot of sense, but to me it feels like cheap. Like the Canon Pro series. Mm-hmm. It just feels cheap to me. Does that make sense to anybody? I don't know.
I think it would have been cooler if it was Advance Auto Parts instead of O'Reilly.
Maybe. But even
because the name Advance would have been kind of cool.
I feel like Nationwide and Xfinity are like huge companies with a lot of money. O'Reilly Auto Parts, girl, that's the store on the corner.
And the name Nationwide, it's like, oh, the series is nationwide. That's kind of cool.
Sure, whatever.
You know, like when you're a kid, that was my head when I was a kid. I didn't know it was an insurance company. I'm like 10 years old.
Or just even the Busch series. Again, it was just a nice, simple word.
Xfinity was around for a decade, I believe.
Yeah.
And like, that's a cool name.
Fastest Xfinity internet.
Yeah, it's catchy. This, I'm not going to call it that. I'm sorry.
I'm not calling it that. I'm calling it the Busch series. I'm calling it the Busch series.
I'm probably going to call it Xfinity still for a while. I got so used to it.
See, this is so annoying. Like, this announcement ruins my day. Is that dramatic?
See,
like, this just ruins my
truck
day.
series. The truck series, I never call Craftsman. Series. I never call it Gander Outdoor, Camping World.
Gander Outdoor and RV. No, remember when it was Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series?
That was awful. I I always call it the Truck Series. See, I just call
Cup
it
Series,
Xfinity.
Truck Series,
It
Grand
needs a
National
name.
Series. That's what we need
Grand
to call
National. Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I know a way we can fix this.
how?
We can call it the EV Series because we'll have the EVs racing in it. Oh, did I say that out loud?
If that means the Xfinity car gets to be the new Cup car, sure. Why not?
That's a way we can fix it. I'm just saying, though.
That wouldn't shock me, but I feel like that's more likely to just replace ARCA.
I'm joking. I'm low key joking. Like that's not. I mean, it'll happen one day.
That's something that happens, but not with that.
Not soon.
I think it'll be ARCA that they'll kill.
Bush will be back sponsoring the series. Yeah, but I hate this announcement. I hate it, girl.
Like, is it end of the world stuff? No, but I can still hate
we got bigger problems, but I'm still annoyed. I'm still going to complain about it.
Goofy.
Yeah. Somehow we have an announcement that's worse. Go ahead, Alex.
Speak of goofy, the 2026 NASCAR schedule is expected to be released soon, and by soon that is potentially tomorrow. Tuesday, August 19th is a report I saw. We'll see if this ages poorly. Sorry, that's something I read.
Yeah, they get their news from the Gay Racing Podcast, Alex. Yep.
So part of the report here from The Athletic is that Dover could be the new all-star race. Hate that. To give North Wilkesboro a points race. Thoughts?
No, they did not have thoughts when they made this decision. If that's what you're asking. I mean, listen, you can go through every SMI track on the schedule, and I don't think you could find a worse track to host the All-Star race.
First of all, the All-Star race is supposed to run at night. It is a night race.
So that's my one counterpoint. If they add lights to Dover for this, I'm there. I'm going there. I gotcha. I'm not going there.
That's not that far from you.
It's really not that far. I'm still not going. Well, low key though, that would actually be kind of cool to see. I
ran Dover at night in NASCAR Thunder 2004 season.
That's what I'm saying though. I would love to see Dover at night in real life. That would actually kind of be vibes.
It'd be cool.
That would be cool. They could put lights. No, you got to give Miles the Monster a glow necklace.
Aw, cute.
They could actually make this really cute. If the branding for this in the nighttime is on point, I will be fine with it. If this runs during a random July or May Sunday at the same time as the Indy Grand Prix, what are we doing? Or Indy qualifying? No,
this is going to be during Indy 500 qualifying because this is how they're going to kill the double, like officially, because you can't skip the All-Star race because it's an important race for NASCAR. Shut the hell up! I about cursed. Like, no, that's what they're going to do. That's why they're doing it at Dover. Oh my god, that pissed me off more. Anyway,
it's so. Well, we're going to be watching Indianapolis 500 qualifying instead of this next year.
I guess I ain't watching Dover next year.
Because it might not be on that weekend. There's no reason they have to keep it on that weekend.
I guess they could move the All-Star race.
And North Wilkesboro could stay on that weekend instead. I don't know. I don't know what they would do.
I guess. Oh my god.
I obviously can't get into the mindset of NASCAR because I don't understand why they're doing that. Atlanta, I'm sorry, Atlanta. That would be cool, right?
Sure.
I mean, an all-star race at Atlanta?
Give it to Kansas. Make people show up. No one shows up as is, and that's a good. I know, but that doesn't have good attendance. I'm just like, maybe the all-star race. So, my opinion is, why are we still having the all-star race? I don't care.
Thank you. I don't like the all-star race is just, we don't need it.
So both ISC, NASCAR, and SMI both have and probably want an exhibition race. Both are useless.
Yes.
The Clash, I can understand. I kind of like the idea of going to different venues, but now it's at Bowman Gray. Okay.
I like the Clash in terms of, like, I like these events existing because if we ever need an event to go somewhere weird and not have it be a points race, I like having that.
Bristol Dirt would have been a great all-star race, in my opinion.
Do we bring that back? I would kind of rather have that back. That's a lot of money to spend just for an all-star race, but hell, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird, but North Wilkesboro having a points race, I think, needs to happen because I don't even think that really fits having
not
an
at the
all-star
expense
race
of
either.
Dover.
Yeah, so I guess this is happening. Well, let's get through the rest of the schedule points so we get more of a context of like the schedule.
So there's a chance that Iowa is not on the schedule. Like apparently Iowa's place on the schedule is uncertain. That is from Racer.com's Kelly Crandall. So IndyCar resurrected Iowa. They bring in Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee pours a bunch of money in, and then Hy-Vee's like, we're not getting enough out of this, so we're gonna dip. IndyCar's like, okay, we're not gonna promote it then. They leave Iowa. NASCAR comes to Iowa for the Cup Series for the first time, and then they sell it out twice, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna leave too, if that's what's happening. Did NASCAR only come back to Iowa just to officially kill it so IndyCar could never go back? Is that what happened here?
I'm getting deja vu. Didn't this like literally happen before? Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like it did.
Yeah. Like poor Iowa Speedway is just it's a short track in the middle of corn country.
What'd she do? What did she do?
What does she do? Like, I'm serious.
She's surrounded by corn and serving. I'm sorry. That offends you, NASCAR.
Like, oh my God. And y'all, by the way, y'all ruined it for IndyCar.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I don't get. So like,
that's not like confirmed. There's no like solid reporting, but it just sounds like it's uncertain. I would assume it's going to be there, but
to me, so what I'm hearing, like, because San Diego is a new date, and if Chicagoland,
San Diego's replacing Mexico City.
Oh wait, then this doesn't make sense. Then why is Iowa? Well, then none of this makes sense then, because what date? What if Iowa goes? What is getting added?
The report, I don't know if it was the Athletic or the Racer, but one of them said a new off week was going to be coming in, but we wouldn't lose a date anywhere. Like, we'd still got to have 38 races, so I don't know.
No,
giving
that doesn't
someone
make
a
sense.
doubleheader?
You still need another race to fill out the schedule, though. You know what I'm saying?
I know, yeah.
So what track is getting at? Why is Dover? So is Dover still having its points race?
Maybe?
So maybe that's what's happening then. Because then North Wilkesboro is technically the new date. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is going to be so funny when they announce the schedule literally tomorrow as of recording.
Can I share?
Listen,
let's look at tracks SMI owns in terms of the All-Star race and where they could have it. I get it. Like, a lot of these are mile and a half. Okay, whoa, go back to Charlotte, low-key, though. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. I'm just saying.
Vegas would be cool.
Yeah, but we already have 2 dates there. Like, definitely don't go somewhere where you already have like 2 points races. Well, I get unless one of those becomes the All-Star
Sonoma
race.
in the spring All-Star race.
Girl,
that'd be so
don't
stupid.
make me laugh. Literally though, I kind of actually see Dover as why I kind of see why they picked Dover, because a lot of these tracks are like really good racetracks for good points races, and I don't know, but just put it. I guess you don't want to get rid of like one of your Atlanta races, but isn't that kind of the point of like why we shouldn't have an All-Star race?
Yeah.
Like, if the All-Star race is just going to be an afterthought, like boring race, maybe we just shouldn't.
Well, and remember,
have it.
Dover wasn't always an SMI track. They acquired it a couple of years ago. So maybe they're just like, we don't even really want it.
They're not attached to it. Maybe we should just have 37 points races. I know it's an odd number, and I hate that.
Drop it to 32.
Well, that's a discussion for another time, because you're right. But you know,
no, I wouldn't want to hear that. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that's weird. This schedule's going to be weird.
Other minor changes to the schedule included Darlington possibly moving to March, Sonoma going back to June, the week after or before.
Pride Month!
Going right around, what's it called? San Diego.
I'm about to say, what are you talking about?
Richmond, Zack, might be moving to May. This is all from Racer.com's Kelly Crandall. Oh, these are just like possible date changes that she had heard.
I would be in a better mood to go to Richmond in May.
Yeah. And I would consider going with you to go there.
I gotta see your gay ass in May again. God.
Well, because we're not doing the Indy 500.
I know. You said we weren't doing the Indy 500. Finally. Now you're gonna be coming to Richmond. That would be fun though.
Well, if they have a good tire there, apparently, like I might actually.
Imagine if Kansas is the week before, though. Think about that, girl. You're gonna be broke.
You fly out here.
You're gonna be eating ice cubes.
You fly out here for Kansas, and I'll fly back with you. I'll fly back with you to Richmond.
I know where I'm gonna fly out. Atlanta. I'm gonna fly out to Atlanta. See our girl Brooke.
Yeah,
crazy as hell.
Yeah, we'll see what the schedule is. Yeah, again, supposedly this week is when this is coming out. So we'll talk about it next week, and we'll be mad about it then. Any other thoughts, Zach?
More one date races. That's what I would do for my schedule. Yep. But yeah, no other thoughts.
I agree.
Dover All-Star race at night, glow sticks. Great. Whatever.
Fantasy time. For Richmond, I had Denny Hamlin who finished 10th, and you had Bell who finished 21st. Both of our picks had issues in the pits.
Yeah.
Did
Bell get involved in the wreck? I don't think he did, so I can't even use that as an excuse. Hamlin got involved in the wreck and still finished better than Bell. Jesus Lord.
Yeah. All right. So I have 23 points. You have 22. So you get to go first.
We do not have a playoff reset, by the way.
No, we do not.
But if we're tied after this, then it's basically a reset. So
yeah, who you got?
Brad Keselowski. He's got to win one of these eventually.
One of these days, we're going to be right.
One of these days, I'm going to be right. I don't know if it's going to be this week, but...
When we were on the playoff grid screen earlier, I noticed a name, and I didn't say it because I didn't want to give you any ideas. I'm going to go with Eric Jones, who has won Daytona before, and he's really good.
I see the Lee Diffie call.
Speedways.
I see the Lee Diffie call. I've seen the vibes.
Yep.
Eric Jones has had a lot of moments this year. Yeah.
It's been a minute since an Eric Jones win. I don't think he's won in the 43 yet, right?
He does. It's the Southern 500.
That's right.
Remember?
Yeah.
But that's his last win. It's been,
it's been a while.
3 years. Jesus.
I mean, he's been in the 43 for a lot longer than I thought. But yeah.
Yeah, the next gen era. Well, he's the 2021. Yeah. I
could see it. I'm thinking Eric Jones is going to win.
I could see it. Girl, it's Daytona. Yeah, you can see it. After Harrison Burton, I can see anybody winning that race.
Basically, what I'm saying is I don't think Alex Bowman's going to be in the playoffs, is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a fun prediction to make. Because I'm not feeling that good about the 45. They've just had some bad juju, man.
Yeah.
The 48, and you know what?
Though? That'd be a hell of a story with 2311 being a open team and everything.
And the Final Four. They were in the Final Four last year, man.
Mm-hmm.
God.
And that rile people up about the format amidst all the rumors and speculation of possible changes and everything.
Crazy. Yeah. That 45 team, it's been a sad season for them.
So you're saying Brad in, Reddick out, and I'm saying Jones in, Bowman out?
I know that's a tall task for Bowman to overtake Reddick in points, but
he could wreck before the end of the stage one and be out.
You never know. I don't know. Yeah. That's kind of not even what I want to see happen, but it's a possibility, right?
Very possible.
Anything can happen at Daytona, so I'm going to say sure. Why not? I don't know.
And then IndyCar is at Milwaukee for Portland. You had Pillow, who finished 3rd, and I had Dixon, who finished 11th. We are tied. I picked first because Zach has 4 wins and I have 3. I was originally going to go to Milwaukee, but I'm not. So Zach and I are both on here like, we were going to go to this race, but we decided not to.
Yeah, no.
It just, the vibes.
We're saving money out here, girl. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for real. IndyCar Milwaukee. I'm going to go with Joseph Newgarden. I'm sorry.
Damn it. I was going to pick him. Well, it's okay. A meteor's going to fall. I'll take Pato Award, I guess.
That was my second pick. I thought about Pillow really, really hard, but I'm just like, he might just go on vacation. I don't think that's his mentality, but maybe he can.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad you picked Joseph because I would have felt stupid if I picked Joseph, like just in general, because I'm just like, there's no way he's actually going to win. But he's been like, listen, he should have won. He's been the best car at so many of these short oval races, like at all of them, basically.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what that 2 team can do these last 2 weeks to finally try to get a win for this season. Penske just broke through and got their win with Will Power at Portland. So we'll see what can happen with Joseph at Milwaukee. I consider Scott McLaughlin, but I don't know. The vibes aren't really there.
I also thought about David Malukas because it'd be kind of fitting with that whole storyline between him and Power for Malukas just to win the next race.
That would be fitting, actually. Now that you say that, but watch Connor Daly too. He was
really good in Milwaukee last year too,
and he's just been good at every oval race this year. Like
that's a good dark horse
pop out
pick.
A win. He's a really good dark horse pick, honestly, especially after the controversy with him at Portland.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah. All right, what a good episode, Alex. Well, it's a fun little race to talk about. I really enjoyed NASCAR this week.
Yeah,
just
rare.
It is.
I had fun.
Just saying.
Thank you to our Patreon members for their support and for their comments throughout the episode. If you'd like to join in on the conversation throughout an episode, you can do so at patreon.com/gayracingpod for $2 a month. There's also a $5 tier for early access to any bonus videos that we do. And consider giving us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcast and liking and subscribing on YouTube. Follow the podcast at Gay Racing Pod on Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And follow us on Blue Sky and Twitter at Dreamy Zack Racing and at New Gaten.
Yeah. Well, so next week we have Daytona and Milwaukee lined up. I don't know when F1 comes back.
I think F1 comes back the week after.
Okay. 1 week till the our anniversary's coming up.
Yeah.
5 years?
5 years of the podcast coming up.
5 years. Wow, that's insane.
That's crazy.
I'm old as
We
hell.
are such different people from when we started.
I mean, I was in college.
Yeah.
No, not much has changed, though. Now that I think about it, I'm like, well, I'm still playing video games. Yeah, no. I mean,
when you put it in simple terms, I mean, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess we've changed as people.
Yeah.
This podcast has changed. I mean, I guess our quality's we're on YouTube. I don't know. Thank you.
Quality's a lot better.
Didn't we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok?
We did.
Yeah.
That's
congratulations to us. Ooh. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. To talk about Daytona and Milwaukee. Should be an interesting pair of races. Bye, guys.
Bye.